This is a 190 Q&A practice test. Plaintiff Attorney Ms. MS period Watson, capital W-A-T-S-O-N. Defense Attorney Ms. MS period Rios, capital R-I-O-S. And we'll start with the plaintiff attorney. Ready? And you said I would. I'm talking specifically about the vacation that you were on when Sarah Carter fell. Did you instruct Ken? Did Ken do the building inspection reports? No. Okay, thank you. This was a Monday? It was a Monday. March 7th was a Monday. Recalled something. There's something up there still. From the recollection you've got, I'm willing to bet it's more than I got. You indicated that we've had some difficulty with some specific points in time. But you did indicate that after this email with Jim that you went out and purchased a set of mats and it was policy for you to place them out, correct? Yes. Should mats, whether or not you had enough to cover the ramp or not, should mats have been placed out on the day that Sarah Carter fell? Objection calls for speculation. I was on vacation, so I left the controls of the helm to Jim to see what the weather was. I didn't call in to him every time I went on vacation. And you indicated that prior to you leaving, you would look at, yeah, I would look, but I also told him to do that so I wouldn't have to be worried with it on some vacations too. So, okay, so, it was a team effort. That's what I try to always get my people to do, is I'll be a team and I'll look out for one another as far as what should or shouldn't be done. When you come back and learned about Ms. Carter's fall, did you talk to Jim about it? Objection assumes facts not in evidence, misstates the evidence, misleading the witness. Can you repeat the question, please? Yeah, now I'm confused. Could you please repeat the question? Yes, I asked why he didn't take a report. I also asked Juan why he didn't make a report, and as I said before, I got mad because I had to come back and take the report after all the facts are, after the fact. Did you and Jim have a discussion about the weather? I would say no. I don't recall. Did you and Jim have a discussion about the placement of the mats on the day before? No. I would say no. Were the mats placed in a limited area on the day of the fall? Objection calls for speculation. I wasn't there, so I don't know. Okay. To be honest, I tried to get everybody to do the right thing, but I can't guarantee that they did. And when you came back from vacation and knowing at that point that the weather had been like the day before, should mats have been put out the day before? Objection misstates evidence, assumes facts not in evidence, calls for speculation. To be honest, I don't remember what the weather was. I thought there was some rain, but I think I saw it on that thing that there was rain, so there probably was rain. Okay, when you began having conversations with Jim about the initial purchase of the mats, was it your intent to buy enough mats to cover all the tile? No, at that point it was just enough to cover the walkway into the building because in all actuality the interior tiles, when it got wet, seemed to be slicker than the tile on the outside. Why that was, I have no idea, but it seemed that way at the time. So I said, I remember having a conversation with Jim saying that we just need something to keep the rain from coming into the building, okay, on people's shoes and everything else. Okay, when you say walkway into the building underneath the canopies, okay, no ramp. And are you sure that you didn't buy enough mats? I know I didn't buy the first time. Okay, it was enough just to cover the canopy walking areas. Here is why I'm asking that question. If you'd look again at Exhibit 1 on the very first email, it was Exhibit 4? Yes, from Mike Collins to Jim, May 9th, 2006. Your initial email to Jim, which was on Tuesday, May 9th at 11:40, the very last email on the page, you say, we have had 2 people fall on the tile in front of the buildings and was able to get one of the accident reports. The other person left without me being able to get a report. If it is okay with you, I would like to go and get runners from the lot to the door. They will be about 20 feet long. Let me know, what does lot to the door mean from the parking lot, which would mean runners just from the tile to the inside of the building. Is the ramp not included in an area from the lot to the door? The ramp was cement and it's rough, so I wasn't worried about May 9th, 2007. The ramp was cement. No. I'm getting my ramps mixed up. Okay, I'm sorry. You got the 599 ramp. That's always been cement. Okay, and if I recall correctly, this one was on the 599. Which one? The first one. But you don't indicate ramp in that email. You say, I'll read. If it is okay with you, I'd like to go get runners from the lot to the door, from the parking lot, okay, to the doors in 599 is what I was speaking about, okay. And from the stairs to the 602 to the doors is what I was speaking about, okay. And when we went into a big long conversation after that, and he wanted me to go out and spend gobs of money on putting runners down, everything at the time. And I told him how much it was going to cost, and he backed away from it and just said, well, put the runners in the doors, at the doors. When you say everything, what do you mean by everything? He wanted me to buy 20-foot runners and place them where? And place them anywhere there could be a slip and fall at the time. The ramp wasn't included at that time in this aspect of what we were talking about, because all the slip and falls at this time, these two people were out in front of the 599 building, so we weren't really talking about the 602 building, okay? But what I told him is, I said, do you realize how heavy a 20-foot runner will be when it's wet? There's no possible way that we're going to roll it up and dry it out. And okay, you bought epoxy according to council here in 2006, according to the invoice, and at least another time in 2010, then purchased mats. What was happening? Well, why did you decide to purchase mats? Because we were still having slip and falls. What was happening when the epoxy that, if you know, it would, as I stated before, it would last about 6 months to a year. Sometimes it would wear off. The sand would wear off quicker, depending on the traffic that we had. I think I have finally come to the end of my stuff. Anyone else? I have a couple. I believe you previously testified, and correct me if I'm wrong, that there were occasions when you had to fix some of the tiles. Yes. Is that chipping, breaking? Like, what happened that chipping, when it would chip, how would you go about repairing it? I would pull up the tile, clean off the glue, get more glue, put a new piece of tile back down, and re-grout. So that leads me to my next question. Where would you get the new pieces of tile from? When Best Line left, they left a whole stock load of supplies that they didn't use, that they bought for the building. Okay, you understand that Best Line purchased those tiles, correct? That was my understanding, yes. Okay, do you know, or do you have any understanding of who made the tiles? No. Do you have any understanding or knowledge of who supplied the tiles for the installation? Who Best Line purchased the tiles from? No. Okay, off of that, my next question for you. Ramon, and I don't know the title, would just be the person who oversaw the installation in the 2003-2006 time frame, correct? Yes. In overseeing the installation, based on your knowledge and experience, would he have had to inspect the premises throughout the process? Objection. Calls for speculation, calls for expert testimony from a lay witness. Ramon? Yes. He was the one that let the payment go. All right, the word list. Sarah Carter, capital S-A-R-A, S-A-R-A, new word, capital C-A-R-T-E-R. Ken, capital K-E-N. Jim, capital J-I-M. Mike Collins, capital M-I-K-E, new word, capital C-O-L-L-I-N-S. Ramon, capital R-A-M-O-N. Best Line, capital B-E-S-T, new word, capital L-I-N-E. Juan, capital J-U-A-N. And that will do it for the word list, and that will conclude our 190 Q&A practice test.